to Storytime with Herbal Roots zine. I'm Kristine Brown, and today I'm going to read to you a story I wrote from Herbal Roots zine issue number 56, Breathing Easy, Much Faster with New England Aster. Are you familiar with this beautiful purple and yellow autumn blooming aster? It's often planted in butterfly and pollinator gardens and gives a stunning backdrop starting in the late summer to early autumn. Often referred to as "it brings the fall" by Native Americans, New England aster has mostly disappeared from use by herbalists of this century, though she is now making a comeback thanks to herbalists like Jim McDonald. These flowers are late bloomers, as their Native American name implies, and they're always one of the last to bloom in the late summer and early fall before winter begins his dance with the plants, coaxing them into slumber. The flowers of New England aster contain radiantly purple outer ray flowers and vivid yellow central disc flowers. They are generally sticky or resinous to the touch, containing lots of resin. The flowers are primarily used for lung ailments when there is stuck congestion in the lungs. A steam with the steeped flowers can help to break up congestion and move the mucus out of the lungs. New England aster is also great for stopping asthma attacks, especially if taken at the first indication of an episode. In addition to helping with lung ailments, New England aster is great for helping to relax the nervous system and to help support good digestion. Herbs are great for giving us the medicine we need when we need it, and they will often appear at the right time. Today's story is New England Aster Speaks. Will you listen? Once upon a time, in the days before technology and high-rises and paved roads, there lived many indigenous people of the land. These people lived peacefully among the other creatures who walked the earth, having a deep respect for them. In the same way, the people also had great respect for the plants that grew all around them, plants that they relied on for food, medicine, paint, clothing, shelters, containers, and so much more. They often harvested seed in the autumn to sprinkle on the ground in the spring to help spread the plants around. The people were in relationship with the plants around them. There was a little girl who was about 11 years of age who lived in a teepee with her mother, father, and younger brother, who was about 7. Her younger brother often had problems breathing. When the weather grew colder and the air drier, he wheezed and struggled to breathe. Each year, his breathing worsened, and the medicine man of the tribe could not find any plants to help out the little boy. So the little girl decided it was time to help him out. She wandered into the prairie and called out to the plants, "Please, great healers, someone here must have something to offer my brother. Who will help him to breathe again?" And so she went plant to plant asking, "Will you help my brother today?" But not getting any responses. Saddened, she sat down next to a clump of flowers that had not yet begun to show their blossoms, as it was mid-August, and these plants did not usually begin their blooms until well into September. "Oh, why won't any of you help my brother?" she cried. "I would be delighted to help him," she heard a voice say to her. "Who said that?" the little girl cried out excitedly. "It is I," Aster said as the wind gently picked up, causing a stem of her plant to bend towards the girl and touch her. "But you usually are used to treat arrow wounds," she replied. "Ah, so you doubt my wisdom and abilities based on what I already do? Let me ask you, have you ever wanted to try to do something new, only to have someone tell you you couldn't because you're too young, or a girl, or because your task was already selected for you?" "Why, yes," the little girl mused. "And how did that make you feel?" Aster asked her. As the little girl gazed at the plant and thought, it seemed as if some of Aster's flowers had started to bud and bloom. She rubbed her eyes and looked again. The buds and blossoms remained. "Sad and discouraged sometimes, and sometimes it makes me determined to prove everyone wrong," she said, sitting up straighter at the thought of being told she wasn't big enough to do a task she wanted to do. "Well, then, why are you treating me so?" Wide-eyed, the little girl apologized, then smiled as Aster burst out in flower at that moment. "Pick my flowers, as many as you can. Take care, they are rather sticky, but that is good. Take them back and make a tea any time your brother needs help breathing." "Oh, thank you, beautiful one," the little girl cried out, and jumping up, she pulled her lunch of dried fish out of her pocket. "For you," she stated as she nestled the fish down among the stems of the aster. Then she solemnly harvested the flowers and took them home to her brother, forgetting to find another lunch in her hurry to try out the flowers. She found her mother starting dinner on the outdoor fire. When she returned, she told her of her tale while she pulled the flowers from her pouch. They made a tea for her brother and gave it to him. For the first time in his life, he was able to breathe without any struggle. The little girl shared her knowledge with the medicine man, who in turn used aster for many other lung ailments with great success. And the little girl continued to visit aster and other plants, often giving them her lunches in exchange for their willingness to heal and share their medicine with her. I hope you enjoyed today's story. If you'd like to learn more about New England Aster, you can find the New England Aster in my shop. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for visiting Herbal Roots Zine for Storytime, and I'll see you next time.